Coming up next on Rugby Wrap-Up, Rugby United owners James Kennedy and Pierre Arnald. Rugby Wrap-Up brought to you in part by Irish Rugby Tours, the Rugby Tours people. A balanced palate, nutrition for peak performance. AFIA Sports Training Group, and Pig and Whistle on West 36th Street, the world's best rugby pub. Hey everybody, welcome back to Rugby Wrap-Up. Matt McCarthy, Mr. Pierre Arnald, Mr. Steve Lewis, and Mr. James Kennedy here at the Fantasy Sports Network Studio 34 in New York City. Gentlemen, Rugby United New York, and you two at opposite sides of the table represent that like nobody else. Ireland, France, United States, Scotland, Jersey City white trash. It's a beautiful thing, right?
No denials there, no denials.
Right. But congratulations on going down to Southern California and smacking some snot out of those beach guys. No?
Yeah, it was pretty good. Yeah, I mean, I could curse, but I won't.
We can beat you.
You can beat me.
Yeah,
we smashed them. But they were good, right? I mean, it was a close game. It was great rugby. It's exciting. It's really exciting.
Yes, so to that point we were discussing earlier, she had 4 games separated by 10 points. And I think you'd mentioned this in an article previously with Mr. Pengali. Why is that important? Close games,
because you want parity. You want, like, take the NFL. Anybody can win the NFL any year, and that drives entertainment. That drives gambling. That drives the business of sports. So with parity, we can't to know that no one's going to run away with the league and that anybody can win. It's entertainment value. It's legitimacy. It's all of that. That's why we centrally contract the players. So no Altrad can come in here and buy a team. And how well is that working for the business of Montpellier? So
he looks across the table at his French partner over here with disdain, almost.
Not disdain.
He didn't do anything.
Pierre's a great guy. He's a great guy.
Hey, Ixnay on that, Scray. He's your partner, eh?
He's not Altrad. I can say that.
Yes. No, I understand what James mentioned. As nobody,
that makes one of us.
Yes, businessmen they look sports sometimes as a business, so they want to buy it and be a monopoly in their field. So rugby should be sport, and sports millions not make the results. So it's very important that all the teams are big competitive. That makes sense with 9 teams now involved in the MLR. We will have some surprise. Like when I ask everybody from the state, what about Toronto team? Everybody say, they will beat all the team abroad, away at home. And when we see the first result, they lost in New Orleans.
Yeah.
It's very interesting.
Yeah. And I think of all 4 matches, none was decided by more than 4 points. Is that right?
5 points.
That's right.
Yeah. Crazy. Or 5 points? Yeah. That was crazy. And I was in Seattle, and it was just insane. Right? But I'm watching these other matches, and I'm like, wow, I would love to be at each and every single one of those matches as a fan.
You know, Matt, what the highlight of the weekend was for me? We were sitting in the airport in San Diego waiting for the plane, the whole team and Pierre and myself, and on TV was Seattle, Lindau. I mean, I never thought I'd see that. Yeah. It was a professional rugby team sitting in an airport in California, and there was a rugby game on, and people were watching, not just a rugby team, but people were watching it, and it was on CBS. I mean, that's kind of a pinch yourself moment,
I had a similar one. I'm literally on my cell phone using my cable company's app to record the matches and record the SNY.
I see your cable company's not sponsoring you because you're not mentioning their name.
That's an easy fix, James.
Cable company.
Cable company X, right here.
He promises he'll pay his bill if you.
Yeah, give me free cable. You could be the sponsor. But
so, is it not your parents' cable company?
It might be. It might very well be. I live in the basement. But the interest from France in the MLR. Yeah. You're here. You're evident of it. Talk about that.
Yes, I received congratulations from top 14 clubs. Everybody are expecting what's going on there. Players, managers. I received CV from everywhere. All the
It's
top
a resume
players.
for the folks in America that don't know that.
Curriculum vitae. You're quite right. You're quite right, though. CV. It's the right correct.
It's the correct one. Yeah.
Curriculum
Okay,
vitae.
guys.
And Matt, that's Latin, not French.
Okay, whatever, guys. It's the United States. It's resume. How you doing?
Yes.
Resume.
Resume from all top 14 clubs. So it's very interesting. Everybody are excited. Before there were Japanese rugby was involved, but everybody is looking as far east. It's a strange country to live there for European and especially French. But the States, it's a dream for all the French boys to have experience here.
So let me ask you this, as a Frenchman and a man that's familiar with the snowy climes of Montpellier and then the Riviera, the French Riviera. Can we play these matches in the cold and then play in the hot weather, or do we have to accommodate the schedule?
Yes, I was a little scared for the Irish boys because in San Diego they face the sunshine.
Yes,
but the Irish tanning team.
Yes, but James was close to me, and I see he supports the climate there, so we can play everywhere. All
right, yeah, okay. I guess that kind of goes to what I'm saying, but I'm just like, I hate the fact that you guys have to play on the road so many games out of the gate.
I can talk about that. So if year two and we have a massive fan base and the stadium is already too small, we'll play outside and we'll play in the cold. The players can play in the cold and play in the middle of the day, not at night. Players play in the cold all the time. It's more about the fans and building that base. So like in Buffalo, which is a terrible American football team, but in the cold the fans still show up, right?
Yeah.
So that's more the point right now than.
So it's more of an infrastructure kind of thing.
Yeah, well, building a base. It's a new team in a new league. So I don't, and I hope I'm wrong. Maybe the fans will come out in a 28-degree day.
I think they would.
The reality is that this is a big country, right? It's geography. It's a continent, and if you want a national league, which is what we want, then you're gonna have to deal with different climates.
And you're going to get some help, apparently, allegedly, and I'm not sure at taping if this is an official word yet, but we heard Gary Gold say it here on the show that they want to move the ARCs and accommodate MLR a little bit better so that you guys aren't losing players, because it's important for those players to actually get this kind of professional playing experience, A, and B, make sure your product doesn't have to take a hit.
Yeah, my understanding is they're moving the ARCs in 2020 to the summer.
Yeah.
It makes sense every which way you look at it.
So we are short on time, but just about the match. Talk about the experience down in San Diego.
There was a great crowd. They were very slow getting into the stadium. I think Pierre will say that. I mean, ticket sales were obviously very good. The entertainment at the facility was very good. The staff were very, very accommodating. It was a vocal crowd.
What was the beer situation?
It was beer.
Was it? Were you allowed to drink?
There was drinking in the stands. Yes.
Okay. That's a big thing.
It is a big thing. They did a good job there getting that done. It was I thought it was quite professional in its setup. And Pierre, you could speak to that in your experience. The field was in great condition. A fantastic field to play on.
Yeah.
So yeah, thumbs up across the board.
What was your estimate of the crowd? Do you have any idea of the size, attendance?
I'd say somewhere around 35.
Yeah, that's kind of looked about 4 is what I was thinking. 4,000. Yeah. It's 8,000 seat stadium, beautiful little stadium.
Yeah.
It looked about 4 to me.
Yeah.
It's a great facility, great, and a great win. Great win. Just talking about battle back and forth, 15 up, then 16 unanswered points, then back and forth, and then the right call by a gutsy referee and side judge, right?
Yeah, you've very much the right call. Yeah, very much the right call.
Dallin even said it on air. You may have gotten away with an offside call when Marsh picked up the ball.
Well, like rugby everywhere, and
Sure.
I can defer to Pierre on this as well. It's subjective, The breakdown was refed a bit inconsistently, but that's rugby.
Yeah.
You play the referee.
And the referees like the weather. It's for both teams. The penalty, yeah. So all right. So where can people buy merch? Because we have merch here. We have the ball. We have the shirt. We have new stuff. You guys have all sharp kits now. Where do they go to get that?
They buy the merch on our website. We're also retailing through soccerimports.com, which is in Bronxville, and they have several locations in Connecticut. We are looking for, we are talking to models. How quickly we can get that deal done, I'm not sure.
And can you get the stuff in France and overseas as well?
Yeah, we ship overseas.
Cool.
Yes.
All right. Any final thoughts before we let you guys go? The owners of RUNY here in the United States of America, professional rugby team. Guys, final thoughts.
I mean, not thoughts, just final points. I mean, this is already growing beyond even what we can imagine. We heard today that the games are being picked up in DC and Philly through Comcast. So
That's awesome.
So, it's the interest is out there and the response has been incredible.
Yes, it's something very, very important that all over the world we follow, that there will be a competitive league in the States.
Well, kudos to you guys. Bon chance going forward. Great stuff. I was walking around the stadium in Seattle thinking I was going to get a pie in the face at any given point. Packed stadium. And having watched the other games on TV, it was just great. So well done, boys. Congratulations. We are out of time. So,
Thanks, guys.
Thank you. On behalf of Mr. James Kennedy, Mr. Steve Lewis, Mr. Pierre Arnald, Matt McCarthy, for Rugby Wrap-Up, talking Major League Rugby in the United States. More Rugby Wrap-Up, signing off.